Hi, and welcome to another episode of Home Coffee Brewing with April. For this episode, I'm still in Taiwan, a little bit outside of Taipei actually, meeting up with Wei that lives behind me here. We're gonna basically have a look at how he brews coffee when he's out camping. We're doing it inside. He normally brews coffee out up on the mountain, but we're gonna basically just do it in the coffee store, so a little bit more casual than what you're used to here. We're gonna explore how it is to brew coffee without scales, but that's also kind of interesting, right? So this series is all about showing different approaches and different styles. So welcome in, and let's brew some coffee. So we're on the inside. We're still in Taipei now. We're a little bit outside of Taipei actually.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
What is the area we're in now?
Here is Taoyuan Daxi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is about, let's say, 40-minute drive outside of
Maybe to Taipei need to about 40 minutes.
something like that, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. And we're gonna brew some coffee pretty much. And if I understand it correctly, a lot of your coffee brewing is done out camping.
Yes.
That's kind of the main place you brew coffee in, right?
Yeah. So this is my first time brewing at home. Okay. So I feel quite nervous.
Nothing to be worried about, right? But so basically, what we're gonna see today is a little bit like how is brewing out camping, right? That's kind of the whole point, which I think is really cool because you want to see a wide range of different approaches. Let's maybe start with the coffee we're gonna use.
Okay.
So you're brewing Ethiopian coffee,
Yep.
organic,
Yep.
which is pretty cool, fully washed, which I like. Basically, the different processing methods have a big impact on the quality and the taste.
Yes.
Where did you buy this coffee?
I just bought in Costco.
In Costco, so like supermarket pretty much.
Yeah.
But it still seems to be pretty like,
Yeah.
I'll say it's specialty coffee for sure. So that's pretty cool. There's been a while since I bought any coffee from Costco or supermarket, so I'm kind of excited to try. Awesome. Do you normally like prefer Ethiopian coffees, or was it just the coffee you found on the shelf?
Yeah, I just found in the shop, and I think the taste quite good.
Tastes quite good.
Yeah.
Ethiopian coffees, especially washed, is a really good kind of first initial coffee, I think, for a lot of people because the quality is very high in general.
Yeah.
You have these kind of like floral, fruity coffees, a little bit chocolatey depending on the roast style as well. Cool. Then walk us through how you're doing this.
Okay. So I use here's the 40-gram powder inside.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So maybe I just put in half, maybe about 20.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
We just try first.
Go for it. So basically, if I understand it correctly, when you guys are out camping, you do it, it's pretty casual brewing, so to speak, right? So it's not so much, we're not doing so many scales, we're going a little bit on feel here, for sure.
No
right?
scales.
No scales.
Yeah.
Never scales.
Never scale.
Never scales outside. Which is a fair point though, because we're camping, right?
Yep. Because everybody just need the coffee in the morning, so just do it in a quick way.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Quick and easy.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
So I just steam it in maybe.
Basically, you just boiled it up, right?
Yeah.
And now we'll show you that later as well, but we have a pretty cool Japanese clay pot. The water kind of has been filtered.
Oh yeah.
Which is a little bit of a different vibe to it, which is actually really cool. So how do you when you pour without a scale, like do you have anything specifically you're looking at, or you're just kind of going for it?
Just go for it.
Yeah.
Because we can see the line over here, so it's about here. I just stop. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So now it's.
So you're doing like a first initial pour, which is kind of like a bloom thing, and then now you're just gonna do it like a continuous.
Yes.
Pour? Oh, awesome. So basically, making sure that the water level in the filter is quite high, right? And then it just goes through.
Yes.
Then how do you kind of decide that your next pour is gonna happen?
Just when it's finished.
Okay. Yeah. So you're waiting
just
for.
Just wait till it's finished. Yeah.
Ah, okay. And then you basically pour again until you're up to the line, right?
Yeah. Okay. Just like what I told you, because we just do this when we're camping. Yeah. So just the easy way to do it, then that will be fine.
Yeah. Sure. Easy is sometimes always the best, right? I think if you're using good beans, you have a solid brewer, solid setup, then it's gonna come out tasting really good, almost a bit regardless. We also have, I want to show you guys, where do we put these? So we're using a little bit of a different paper filter here also, at least at this point, right? Which is basically almost like a Melita style kind of filter, which actually fits pretty well in the brewer if you ever want to try it. You basically fold it down just a little bit and then it actually fits pretty well. Cool, so now the water has drained.
Yep, so
this is, on the bag here, it says it's a light roaster coffee. I'll say this is more maybe like a medium roaster coffee. A little bit depending on...
I think the color looks the medium roast, right?
Yeah, it looks a little bit darker for sure, right? Definitely not burnt or like too dark, but definitely in the kind of darker side of things for sure. I'm trying to find like flavor notes on the, like when you drink coffee, how like interested or concerned are you with like flavor notes? Is that like a sensor, like you sit there and you think about, oh, it tastes like fruity, or do you just drink coffee for like, I want a coffee?
Maybe it depends. I think in the morning you just think I need a coffee.
Yeah, sure.
But maybe in the afternoon or at night you will try to find out what taste is this like.
Yeah. Sure. Then it's a little bit more of an experience. I get that actually. That's been really interesting. Because you tried the coffee at the pop-up, right?
Yep.
Yeah. What did you think about that coffee? Because that's a bit different from what you're used to.
Yeah, it's really nice. I think the taste is quite good. It's really fruity.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Fruity, quite clean. So we basically met at the April pop-up here in Taipei pretty much. Just like a few days ago. And it's, for me, it's super interesting to just see again like how people are actually brewing at home or out camping in this. Next time we have to go like camping for real.
Okay.
We do like a video at the camping site.
I will.
Cool. Yeah, sure. That would be pretty awesome actually. So basically when you're out camping, it's all about like brewing coffee for a lot of people at the same time.
Yeah.
And then as you said, like if someone likes it a bit weaker, then they pour some water in milk in it or whatever, right? So it's a quite different setting from, let's say a coffee shop. But that's also really cool, right?
I think because if we went for camping, so we need to use the quickest way to finish this job.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's all about efficiency there, which also makes sense, right? How do you heat up the water when you're out camping? Is that like electrical plugs?
Yeah. They still have,
That's kind of cool.
I think it's okay.
We're pretty much done. Okay, cool, awesome. Let's have a taste, no? Where did you buy the kettle from? Do you know that?
Just
like a Thomson kettle? I never seen that before, but it looks very much like a pouring kettle with the heating elements. That is a 0.8 liter kettle, so it's like a normal standard size kettle. So we're gonna lift this off without making a mess.
Okay.
Awesome. Let's go for it. Put that over here. Super cool. So it definitely smells like Ethiopian coffee, which is pretty cool. That's what we want, right? So it's a bit floral, quite chocolate, definitely a bit chocolatey because of the roast degree.
Because they are in the same area, right?
Let's see if we can figure out on the bag who actually roasted the coffee. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe we can't. Costco has a distribution. Could it be? It's roasted in the US. So it's roast and packed in the US. Okay, cool. So we don't know exactly who roasted it. We know it comes from Kirkland.
Yeah,
How do you
Kirkland.
pronounce that? Kirkland signature.
Yeah.
Organic, which is cool. Most Ethiopian coffee is organic actually, by default.
Yeah.
Because they actually can't afford using a lot of the pesticides and stuff that you use for like non-organic farming. Super cool. Do we have a taste? See if we can figure.
Okay. What do you think?
What do you think? The thing is, it's obviously it's a stronger cup of coffee. I'm surprised over how like well textured the cup is, even though it just brewed a coffee without a scale. Like if you've been following me for a while, you know that I would have a scale, right? So, but I'm still kind of amazed over how well that actually seemed to work, which is quite interesting. We also have a very different like style of grinding, which we'll show you guys as well in kind of up detail. Electrolux, we see a lot of these in Scandinavia for sure. More of kind of a mixer vibe than a grinder vibe, which gives, you see a lot, if you look at the coffee bed here, you see it's like a little bit muddy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which is an indication that there's a lot of like quite small particles in the grind quality. So basically the grinder you use could have a really big impact on, let's say taste quality, right? That being said, like this is still tasting fine, for sure. Which I think is quite interesting, but it's maybe also water related, right?
Yeah.
What do you think? Are you getting any like flavor notes, or do you feel that this tastes similar to what you usually do? Or
Yeah, just I think just similar, just like I always do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool. And it's a little bit fruity. Is it a little bit acidic, maybe?
Yeah.
Do you like that, like acidic coffees, or are you more like a sweet coffee?
I think this is all right.
Yeah, for sure. I think honestly, for coming out of Costco, I think it's like pretty okay. It's quite interesting. I haven't tried anything like it in like forever, right? So it's actually quite interesting to.
So do you think the water helps a lot?
I think water is really important. I think it's one of the like more kind of overlooked parts. Then I'm not sure, obviously with the clay pot, because you're gonna have to try without the clay pot, but. Clay pots are often used in a lot of coffee origin countries like Guatemala, El Salvador, Costa Rica. They would use it to actually filter their water as well.
Yeah.
So I think your theory makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And like a really solid water gets you quite far.
Yeah.
So it can really help you because a bad water could ruin a good coffee, but a really good water can helps.
Yeah.
A coffee that isn't 100%. So I think this is actually quite clean for the experience. Again, like it's definitely a little bit roasty because it is after all, it is a Costco, like this is like high volume production coffee, right? But I'm still kind of surprised over the quality of it, right? It's definitely not a bad cup of coffee. And I can see how when you're capping it, it makes perfect sense, right? Because it's kind of like in Sweden when we do this like a cool coffee or like boiling coffee that we do outdoors. I'll show you some photos later. And it's more about the experience. Everything tastes amazing when you sit in a beautiful forest up a mountain by a lake, right?
Yeah.
It becomes a different kind of vibe. But yeah, for me when brewing, it's still the most important thing is that I can taste where the coffee is from.
Yeah.
Like if I drink an Ethiopian coffee, I wanna have the flavors I'm expecting in an Ethiopian coffee, which is a little bit floral, a little bit citrusy, kind of sweet stone fruit vibe to it. And I think I'm actually getting a lot of that in here, which is kind of nice. Especially with the setup, it's actually coming out quite good. Yeah.
Just hope you like it.
I like it. I think that's in the end of the day, brewing is also, you brew coffee to make you happy, right?
Yeah.
That's the benefit because when you work with it professionally, I need to make other people happy. If I compete, I need to make other people happy. But in your case, you do need to make the campers happy.
Yeah.
Right. And I think if they don't get their coffee, maybe
they need to be happy.
they need to be happy for sure. No, awesome. So first of all, thank to all of you for watching as always. We're going to continue to just explore, different setups with the April Brewer around the world, high and low. as diverse as possible because I think it's really interesting. Always learn something different here. Obviously tried a new paper filter, basically new grinder. Been a long time since I brew coffee without using a scale, but again, pretty interesting. And I think if you measure the beverage volume like we did here, which is not too far away from what we've done in other of these videos as well, even though we use scales, then it actually is quite interesting, right? So different way to brew, and I hope you guys really appreciated it. And thank you as well for inviting us.
Oh.
Really kind of you.
You're welcome.
We're gonna go and play some golf now.
Okay, yep.
So as always, like subscribe. Make sure you follow us on Patreon. That's where I kind of tell you where we're going next. And always really interested to hear, you know, what are your comments on this? Have you been brewing without scales? What's kind of your setup? And what's your, you know, thoughts and prospects on how we can make this better, right? So with that, just thank you all for watching and have a good day.
Thank you.
We want to give a special thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. It's because of you that we are able to continue to make these videos. And we want you all to feel free to always come with suggestions and ideas on the content that you want to see, because we are doing this for you and because of you. Thank you from all of us here at April.